All right, welcome to Joyful Strength and Stretch with Dana. Today we're going to do a slow, relaxing flow. So if you have a pillow handy, grab it. And just in case you need to hear this, giving you permission to just stop and relax. Sometimes we just need to hear that from other people. I know I do. Just for example, just this week I needed permission to have fun, and I've needed permission to relax, and it just helps to hear that from other people. So let this be an opportunity to do something life-giving. We're going to start on our back. So if you want to go ahead and grab the pillow, you can. If not, we'll use it at the end of class. But lower yourself to your back. I have my pillow long ways. And I have my knees bent and the bottoms of my feet planted. So my feet are about as wide as my mat, and my knees are just resting on top, kind of against each other. So option to either leave the hands down, or if you want to place one hand on the chest and one on the belly, just to feel the breath. And just take this moment just to tune in. Just kind of notice where you are now, how you're feeling. It's so life-giving just to stop and notice. Our lives are typically just fast-paced. Even if you're at quarantine at home, sometimes I know, me included, my mind is constantly racing. So it's great to just stop and notice. Just feel the rise and fall of the chest and the stomach as you inhale and as you exhale. Just consciously taking that breath deeper, as deep as you can go. Keeping that your attention on the breath. You can take your arms, draw them all the way up, and then just give yourself a hug. Continue to feel the rise and the fall of the breath. And go ahead and release your arms, bringing them back up, and then just switch whichever one you have on top. And from here, just reach your arms overhead, stretch your legs out, just give yourself a big stretch. And on your next exhale, just bring those knees in, hugging them into the chest. And now alternate this movement with the breath. So as you inhale, stretch out long. You're filling up with air, and then as you exhale, drawing the knees in, you're deflating. So all that air is coming back out. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Holding it here. Gently rock back and forth. Okay, from here, just roll to your side in a cradling position. Make your way to seat. I'm going to put my pillow underneath my bum. And then just crossing my legs in front, getting nice and tall. Rooting down on our mat or our pillow as our head is rising, just creating length and space in the spine, which is really, really healthy for the spine. Decompress. Shoulders away from the ears. And now with your nose, just think about just drawing a circle. So we're just doing a gentle little neck warm up. And then continue that in the other direction. Releasing any tension you may be holding in the neck or the upper back. Go ahead and come to a neutral position and then just look to the left. And then back to center, look to the right. And then back to center. Draw the left ear down, the right shoulder down, stretching the side of the neck. And take your chin, we're gonna draw a circle on our chest all the way to the other side. Stretching the opposite side of the neck. We're going to draw that circle again, but stopping at the center, stretching the back of the neck. And then lift the head. And then with intention, we're just going to look up. And then come back to neutral. As you inhale, draw the arms all the way up. As you exhale, draw them down to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. This time as you exhale, we're just going to swan dive our arms down, leaning forward slightly, and just clasp your fingers behind you. And then we're going to do a little inhale as we hold. Exhale, release your fingers, coming back through to heart center. And we're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Clasping our fingers together again, opposite thumb on top. Inhale. Exhale, release. We're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale, swan. Clasp the fingers together. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release. Come into heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, dive. Inhale, clasp the fingers together. Opposite thumb on top. I can't even remember which one I did first. Exhale, release. Coming through to heart center. Now, let's do a little twist to our left. So inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, twist to your left to push off the top of the knee. If you want to place that other hand behind you, and release. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right. Exhale, release. Now we're going to come into a little open A, or straddle, or whatever you want to call this position. And the toes are pointed up toward the ceiling. All right, from here, take your left hand. We're just going to move it toward that leg, so you can either grab the leg or place the elbow down on the ground. Reach the opposite arm up, almost as if you're trying to grab the toes without collapsing the chest forward. So we're keeping an open heart, reaching toward the toes. And go ahead, exhale, release. We're going to take our upper body, twist toward that left leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just fold forward. I have both of my hands on the leg. Trying to bring my heart toward the knee. And exhale, release. We'll just repeat that on the right side. So take your right arm, bring it down to the leg or to the floor. Reach an opposite arm up overhead. And then exhale, release. Coming back up, twist toward that leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just honor wherever you are today. Exhale, raise that heart. Now we're just going to walk forward. So pick your fingers and we're going to walk as far as you want to go. I still have those toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Just taking this as deep as you want to go. Finding your own edge. Stretching the inner thighs. Continuing deep, deep breathing, keeping our awareness on our breath. If you find that your mind is racing, just notice it. Just notice where your thoughts are. Just make yourself an observer. You're just stepping away and you're just noticing what's going on in my head right now. Don't feel like you have to judge it, that we're just noticing. So not having any opinions about what we're observing, but just noticing. I feel like this verse is so fitting, probably for any yoga class that you do or any time that you stop and notice. But in Psalm, I'm drawing a blank. I think it's 43:10 or 46:10. I think that's right. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." Very simple but very profound. Stopping and being still, just noticing that He is God. All right, go ahead and take the bottoms of the feet. We're going to bring them together. So you can keep them away from the body or bring them closer in. You can stay right here, or if you want to just fold gently. Right, go ahead, exhale, release. I'm going to bring the bottoms of my feet to the floor and just do just a little counter pose. So just draw the knees in. Gently just doing the opposite movement of what we were just holding. All right. One more thing in a seated position before I move on. So go ahead and bring those legs out in front of you. So you can either keep the knees slightly bent or as straight as you want to go. Toes pointed up. We're going to inhale, lengthen that spine. And then exhale, we're going to gently fold over those legs. Now we're feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. Also in the back. And we're intentionally being still right now, intentionally relaxing. We're going to go ahead and just gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Letting your head be the last thing that comes up. Let's do some shoulder rolls. We're going to go back. And then go forward. If you want to kind of roll your ankles at the same time, although it feels kind of weird. Kind of like that. Rub your head and or rub your belly and pat your head. I don't know if you guys ever did that as a child, but I'm doing opposite movement at the same time. All right. From here, go ahead and come to all fours. Move that pillow out of your way for now. So I have my hips stacked over my knees, my shoulders stacked over my hands, and I've got my fingers nice and spread out, kind of clawing into the mat. And then as you inhale, draw that belly down, look forward. We're just going to hold it here and stretch for a couple of breaths. So think about drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and draw that navel up toward the ceiling, making a C with your back, tucking your chin. And we're going to hold it here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to go back to our cow pose, drawing the navel down. And as you exhale, draw the navel up. So take this at your own speed. Moving with your breath. So whatever pace your breath is, that's the pace you're going to be moving. One more time, both ways. All right, from here, go ahead and bring your big toes together, spread your knees wide. We're gonna sink our hips back and bring our arms forward, going into a child's pose. And if this doesn't feel good, keeping your arms straight up, you can always bend your elbows. All right, from here, we're gonna move back to all fours. We're gonna come down to your elbows and then walk your fingers forward. So what we're doing, so take note of how my hips are still soft over my knees and the only thing moving forward is my arms. So this is called a puppy pose. Kind of like a child's pose with my hips up. I have my forehead resting on the mat. Right, from here, and go ahead and gently just pick your head up, shift forward onto your belly. I'm still on my elbows, my forearms here. My elbows are just under my shoulders. And I'm pressing into the floor with the top of my feet and pressing in with my hands and my forearms. And then I'm just going to gently look forward. So again, pushing those shoulders away from the ears, just doing a gentle back bend here. If you need to lower a little bit, feel free to do so. This is a Sphinx position. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come back to all fours. I'm lifting my hips and just gently coming back to my hands. From here, we're gonna tuck your toes and just gently lift the hips up, bringing the ears between the elbows, bringing our heels toward the mat as we do a downward facing dog. From here, go ahead and just pedal your feet. So we're gonna alternate bending one leg and straightening the other. Going back and forth. Feeling this in the back of the legs and in the calf muscles especially is where I'm feeling it. Go ahead and draw both heels toward the mat. And from here, just bend your knees gently, just coming back to your knees. And if this hurts your knees, feel free to put the pillow underneath to give yourself a little bit more cushion. I'm going to move away from my wall a little bit. You take your left hand and just move it to the center. As you raise your right hand, doing a little twist. And then as you exhale, just draw that hand all the way through. Little hole you created. Just putting your shoulder down. And then with this opposite hand, you can extend it overhead if you want, or you can keep it here, or if you want to bring it behind your back. Any option is fine. Great job. Go ahead and release back. We're going to come back to all fours. This time, bring your right hand to the center and just twist to the left, raising that left hand. As you inhale, then as you exhale, we're going to thread our needle again. Just resting here for a few breaths. Great job. Go ahead and untwist. We're going to come to our belly. So however you want to get there. If you want to watch me first, I'm just going to show you our next move. If this doesn't feel good to you, don't do it. But I'm bringing my left arm out straight. So I'm straight out, shooting out from my shoulder. So if this feels good, you can stay here, or I'm just going to gently twist my body toward that arm. Just feeling a stretch right here in the back of the arm. And you can either stay here or you can take that top leg, grabbing the foot, keeping that knee down, and just stretching that front, the front of the thigh at the same time. And this is something you could also do against the wall with your arm if this just feels like too much. This might be something you could work toward, or it may never be available to you if you have, any kind of shoulder issues. That's okay. Always honor where your body is. I'm unwinding. Now I'm going to take my right arm out straight and going in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to roll toward that arm. An option to grab the top leg, grabbing the top of the foot. We're inhaling and we're exhaling. Just in case you forgot. All right, go ahead and untwist. I'm going to grab my pillow. I'm going to put it on the mat long ways, and then I'm going to roll back to my mat, putting my back on the pillow, or my head is, still on the pillow on the top. So I just adjust it accordingly. I'm going to bring the soles of your feet towards your bottom. Take your right foot, and we're just going to cross it over the left, placing the ankle on the top of the knee. And my foot is flexed. You may feel good staying right here. If this feels like a good hip opener for you, or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, just draw that left knee into the chest. So I'm grabbing the back of that leg as I draw it in. We're going to hold it here for a little bit. Noticing the breath. Bring your awareness inward to this present moment. If you even want to kind of rock back and forth a little bit, you can play around with this. All right, I feel like I could stay here for a really long time. But for the sake of time, we're gonna go ahead and bring that left foot down. Fun variation of a twist here. Now I'm gonna cross that same leg at the knee. So I'm like a little lady in a chair. And then I'm gonna draw that right knee to the left side. And if that doesn't feel good, you can just stack your knees. And then we're gonna take that right hand, draw it out so our shoulder blade is making contact with the pillow or the mat. So our bottom body is twisting in this way and our upper body is twisting the opposite direction. All right, go ahead and untwist. We're gonna extend our legs out straight, extend our arms up overhead. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, draw the knees in, like we did in the beginning. Giving yourself a hug. And then from here, go ahead and just open your knees, grabbing either your ankles or the bottom of your feet. And then from here, go ahead and bring your feet out for a little happy baby pose. And if you want to bend one knee a little bit more and straighten one leg and just kind of alternate back and forth, just like a little baby would, just playing around. And in addition to giving you permission to relax, now I'm giving you permission to play. All right. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and just draw the knees together, hugging them down, and then bring your feet back to the mat. Now we're going to take our pigeon to the other side. So take the left leg this time, cross over right, putting our ankle on the top of the knee. And again, just finding your own variation of this. If you want to draw that right knee into the chest, feel free to do so. And hold it here for a little bit. I have the urge to twist that bottom ankle because it needs a little release right now. Again, if you want to rock back and forth, just playing around with this, or stay still, whatever you want to do. Go ahead and bring that foot down. I'm going to cross the knees or stack my knees together. And then we're going to bring that right knee to the left side this time, extending the left arm out. Just feeling the twist here. Just releasing any tension that may be still hanging on in that body of yours. Just let it go. Wringing it out like a dirty wash rag. From here, go ahead and untwist. You're coming to a neutral position with our feet out, straight, our arms overhead. If there's anything else you feel like you want to stretch right now, go ahead and do so. And then we're going to come to our final relaxation pose. So 2 options. You can either prop your knees together like we did in the beginning, or you can extend them out straight. And we're just going to fully, completely relax. So adjust anything that just doesn't feel all right, like my pillow was crooked, so I've straightened it out. I don't want that to distract me when I'm relaxing. Let your hands fall away. Let your feet gently turn out. And just let yourself melt into the mat, into the pillow. Bringing that awareness to the breath, to the body, any sensations you might be feeling right now. Also, being still and being aware of God's presence, just like that verse that I hopefully said the right reference about. Psalm 46:7. Yeah, that one. Be still and know that I am God. Just lengthen your inhale, lengthen your exhale. Even all the way into your belly. And as you go about your weekend or your week, depending on when you're watching this, just remember you have permission to stop and rest, to stop and relax, to stop and have fun, whatever you need that gives you life, especially as we're currently experiencing very difficult times in our world. It can be very stressful. It's important to take time like this to find ways to ground yourself and just relax, releasing the tension. It's important for our health and our mental well-being, and even for those around us. Because when we're healthy and feeling good, that we're more able to bless those around us. And stay here in this position as long as you want to. I'm going to stop the recording. And I even want to stay here for a while. I hope to see you again soon.